I'm Michael Archer, and my uh, movie report for Business of Entertainment is over the film Coal Miner's Daughter, a movie about. Basically a biopic about Loretta Lynn, the country singer, and that was directed by Michael Apted, starring Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones. Uh, The movie was released in the year 1980 as well, and garnered quite a bit of awards for both their performances and the movie itself. But honestly, I was surprised. I am not a fan of country music at all, but I really enjoyed this film. It was very do-it-yourself, very gritty, just like the nature of country music used to be. Uh, as we can see, that's kind of gone away to the very polished and wide appealing sound. But enough about that. Back to the movie. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and it was a very interesting story. Loretta Lynn started out as Loretta Webb with a pretty large family in Butcher Holler, Kentucky. And her father was a coal miner, as the title of the movie suggests, and they were a very poor family, and they didn't have a whole lot. But you could tell that the family lived on love, and that's kind of what got them through the day when money or material things didn't. Love and music. They seemed to be quite a musical family, as they would dance and listen to the radio, and Loretta would sing sometimes. But along comes this guy, Doolittle, who has just come from the war, and he's I would say about 20 years old or something like that. They never give a specific age to Doolittle, but anyway, to make a long story short, he's also working for the same coal mine that her father does, and he falls in love with Loretta, who is 13 at this time, and 1 month into their dating or whatever, they decide on their anniversary of 1 month, I should say, to get married, which was kind of a comical sequence in my opinion, because that would never fly today. But anyway, through that, Loretta starts to sing. Doolittle takes notice. He buys her a guitar. And from there on, kind of the rest is history, from just going to open mic bars and stuff like that for her to play and sing. I was really more intrigued by Doolittle's role in the movie, which was the manager, than I was Loretta's, who was the artist. It made me realize how difficult networking back in those times were. And the movie starts off in 1947, by the way, but it's never throughout any of the film given a exact date to where things progress. I know it starts out in 1947 and it ends up somewhere along the line. I'm gonna have to guess somewhere in the 70s or something like that, mid 70s. But anyway, like I said, I was much more interested in Doolittle's storyline, because he was really the one pushing for her to get famous. And he was really trying to network with different people. Like, at the first honky tonk, as they called them, it was basically just, a bar with country music or bluegrass playing. At the first honky tonk that they go to together, Doolittle is trying to get Loretta a audition to come sing at that same place another night. So while he does that, he's also just pushing for her to get the most exposure as possible. For example, she starts writing her own music after she starts, playing in front of people and getting her name out. Of course, since this is the movie representation, everybody loves her and nobody finds any detractors. But once she starts getting somewhat of a name for herself is when Doolittle really starts taking the manager role under his belt. He says somewhere in the movie, it's still pretty close to the beginning in the first half. He says something along the lines of, since now that you have gotten exposure, you need to make the best record you possibly can, and we need to get that to people, etc., etc. So they go and record in this, what appears to be this guy's basement, and like I said, the movie takes place in the late 40s into the 50s, and this recording studios, and it appears to be in this guy's basement, and there's like just blankets tacked to the walls for I should say they are very thick blankets attached to the walls for acoustic fixtures, and there's the tape players, the tiny booth. Obviously, they're running on analog since it was back in that time. But yeah, they only show the recording aspect of it once, and they don't really go too far into it other than that. But then once they get her single cut and put to vinyl, it's duplicated and duplicated and duplicated, and this is where I think Doolittle's role of manager really takes place, as he starts to he has a photo shoot so he can duplicate those pictures. He starts creating press packages with a picture of her in it and a single that he's sending off to different radio stations to get airtime. And this is where I think the most interesting aspect of the movie was this whole idea of them just hopping in the car and going around to these different radio stations and talking to the people in charge. These days, it seems everything is so digital. Everything is just through the internet. Networking isn't as personal as it seemed to used to be. And this part was really cool to me, because I was thinking, this is pure. This is music networking at its most prominent, where we all had to go out and really communicate with the people to get our stuff heard, make the world know that our music, or the music that the artist is recording, should be played, instead of just throwing up your SoundCloud page on somebody's site and saying, hey, go check this out. I really enjoyed the idea of actually traveling from radio station to radio station to take this record and try and get it played. And from there, she begins to gain notoriety, and pretty much the rest is history. She becomes a huge, famous country star, and the world loves her, and etc., etc., happily ever after. Well, anyway, I was very pleased to watch this movie. It's actually my mom's favorite movie. And we've had it for years, and I've never once even thought of picking it up. But because of this class, I was really, really glad I got the chance, or I should say, took the chance to watch something this good, and the fact that I learned quite a bit from it as well. So, thank you very much for taking your time to watch this, and enjoy the rest of your day.